AudioBooksTube is glad to produce, publish, and offer. Master Communication Skill by Sage D. Esotreasure. Do you want to be more successful in your relationships? Improving communication skills can teach you everything you need to know, from body language to effective listening techniques, and from verbal to nonverbal cues. Developing these skills will help you become the charismatic individual you've always aspired to be, breaking down the barriers that often stand between you and others. Whether in personal or professional contexts, mastering the art of communication is crucial. In this audiobook, you'll discover how to talk to anyone, read people like a book, and develop qualities like charisma and persuasion. These traits can help you overcome social anxiety, transform you into a people person, and lead to lasting relationship success. Introduction. We communicate with many people every day, but how much of our message gets across as we intend? Effective communication means more than just talking. It's about exchanging thoughts, ideas, and emotions with clarity and understanding. It's about ensuring the other person receives your message in the way you meant. Whether in casual conversation or a workplace setting, communication must be clear, concise, and compassionate to be truly effective. Studies have shown that poor communication can lead to substantial losses in business. According to research by the Society for Human Resource Management, ineffective workplace communication costs businesses billions of dollars every year. In particular, companies with 100,000 or more employees lose an average of $420,000 annually due to communication failures, while smaller companies suffer similar per-employee losses. On the flip side, organizations that excel in communication see a 50% higher return for their shareholders than those that don't. This isn't just a workplace issue. Effective communication is a cornerstone of all relationships, be they personal or professional. It ensures that your message is understood, which in turn boosts productivity and reduces misunderstandings. Communication isn't just about speaking, it's a two-way street, requiring you to both send and receive messages. You can't expect others to know what you want unless you tell them. People aren't mind readers. Communication helps us connect, share, and understand one another better. Whether through writing, speaking, or body language, we use various tools to communicate our ideas and emotions. These tools fall into three primary categories: verbal, nonverbal, and written communication. Verbal communication allows us to express ourselves through language. But it's not just about the words we use. How we say something, when we speak, and the tone we employ all contribute to the message. Nonverbal communication, on the other hand, involves conveying messages through body language, gestures, and facial expressions. Often, nonverbal cues can say more than words ever could. For example, even if someone says they're fine, their crossed arms or averted gaze might tell a different story. In today's digital age, written communication has become increasingly significant. Emails, chat messages, and text-based interactions often take the place of face-to-face communication. Whether you're sending an email to a coworker or texting a friend, written communication requires just as much thought as verbal communication. Especially in remote work settings, where written messages can easily be misunderstood, it's essential to develop strong writing skills. Effective communication, whether written or spoken, requires an understanding of the listener's needs. You must be able to articulate your thoughts clearly and concisely, and avoid overwhelming your audience with unnecessary information. Miscommunication can lead to disappointment, frustration, and conflict, whether with colleagues or loved ones. Strong communication skills allow you to prevent such conflicts, connect better with others, and foster deeper, more meaningful relationships. In our personal lives, good communication helps us better understand the perspectives of others. It allows us to compromise, avoid unnecessary arguments, and make more informed decisions. Unfortunately, communication is a skill that many people struggle with, and in today's fast-paced world, it's becoming something of a lost art. But the good news is that it's never too late to improve. This audiobook will walk you through several important concepts. The basics of communication skills, understanding how communication works, and the different elements involved, is essential to mastering the skill. Benefits of good communication. We'll explore the many ways effective communication can improve your relationships and professional life. Barriers to communication. What makes communication difficult, and how can you overcome these obstacles? Principles of communication. Key rules and techniques to ensure your message is well received. Types of communication styles. Different approaches to communication and how they can affect your interactions. Active listening. How to truly listen to others and make them feel heard. Constructive criticism. How to give and receive feedback in a productive manner. Empathy and storytelling. The role of understanding and narrative in effective communication. What is effective communication? Effective communication is more than just talking. It's about ensuring that the other person understands your message in the way you intended. It requires clarity, purpose, and often a little bit of empathy. If your message is confusing or unclear, it could lead to misunderstandings and incorrect decisions. Good communication should always be straightforward, and it should always consider the receiver's needs and perspective. Every effective communicator considers 3 pillars of communication. Ethos. This refers to ethics and credibility. The more reliable and trustworthy you are, the more likely your audience will believe and listen to what you have to say. Pathos. This is empathy, or the ability to understand and relate to another person's emotions. It's about putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Logos, logic, or the strength of your argument. Your ability to present ideas logically and coherently gives your message more weight. To communicate effectively, you need a balance of all three elements: credibility, empathy, and logic. The benefits of communication skills. Building strong communication skills can lead to numerous benefits in both personal and professional settings. Trust. Clear communication builds trust, as it shows that you are transparent and considerate of others' viewpoints. Improved decision-making. When everyone understands one another, it's easier to make informed decisions and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Stronger relationships, whether with friends, family, or colleagues, effective communication helps deepen relationships and improve collaboration. By mastering communication, you'll not only improve your personal interactions, but also set an example for others. Building trust with your team is essential for fostering a productive and harmonious work environment. Trust allows your team members to feel confident in their abilities and capable of completing tasks independently, even in your absence. This trust empowers individuals to take initiative and encourages smoother collaboration, laying the foundation for effective teamwork. Conflicts in the workplace are inevitable, but they don't have to be destructive. The key to resolving conflict is through effective communication. When a disagreement arises, it's crucial to remain calm, listen to the other person's perspective, and work together to find a solution that benefits everyone involved. By fostering open dialogue, misunderstandings are minimized, and solutions can be reached that strengthen team relationships rather than tear them apart. Effective communication not only resolves conflicts but also helps to provide clarity and direction. Teams thrive when expectations are clear, and communication ensures that everyone is on the same page. By setting clear expectations and offering constructive feedback, you help people understand their roles and responsibilities. When team members know what's expected of them, confusion is avoided, and tasks are completed more efficiently. This also ensures that people don't lose track of their goals, even after setbacks. Good communication strengthens relationships, both in the workplace and beyond. Listening attentively, considering others' viewpoints, and responding thoughtfully are all important aspects of building meaningful connections. When team members feel valued and understood, they're more likely to engage positively with their work and with each other. These improved relationships contribute to a more cohesive and effective team. Effective communication leads to increased engagement. Employees who understand their role and feel heard are more likely to be committed to their work. Recent studies show that only 15% of employees are highly engaged at work. By improving communication, this figure can be increased, resulting in a more satisfied and productive workforce. Engaged employees perform better and produce higher quality work, which contributes to the overall success of the organization. When team members clearly understand their own roles and the roles of others, they can focus on their tasks without unnecessary delays. Effective communication reduces the chances of disputes and saves valuable time, which in turn boosts productivity. When people can communicate their needs and concerns efficiently, workplace conflicts decrease, and more gets done in less time. This fosters a smoother workflow and greater collaboration. Communication is a vital component of team building. A team that communicates well is more likely to work effectively together, with members trusting and relying on one another. Clear communication leads to a better division of labor, and team members won't feel like they have to take on too much responsibility. This balance of duties enhances morale and contributes to a positive work environment, where everyone feels supported and appreciated. Language differences can present significant communication challenges. Regional dialects, accents, and unfamiliar vocabulary can make it harder to convey ideas clearly. For example, working in a company where jargon and regional terms are frequently used may cause confusion if not everyone understands them. It's important to use clear, straightforward language, avoiding slang and overly complex phrases. Visual aids, such as diagrams or charts, can also help clarify key points. Additionally, tools like Grammarly can help improve the fluency and professionalism of your written communication. Cultural differences often lead to misunderstandings in communication. Social norms, values, and customs can vary widely between individuals from different backgrounds. To overcome cultural barriers, it's crucial to be aware of ethnocentrism, the assumption that everyone shares the same values as you. By educating yourself about other cultures, you can avoid unintentionally alienating people or creating stereotypes. Sensitivity training and one-on-one meetings can help teams navigate these differences, fostering a more inclusive and collaborative work environment. With remote work on the rise, physical distance between team members has become a significant barrier to effective communication. In these situations, technology plays a crucial role in keeping people connected. However, distractions at home and a lack of face-to-face interaction can make communication more challenging. Companies can address these issues by providing employees with reliable telecommunication tools and creating a comfortable workspace. Seating colleagues who work closely together in the same physical space, when possible, can also enhance communication. Psychological barriers, such as stress, anxiety, and interpersonal conflicts, can hinder communication. A lack of trust within a team can cause individuals to hold back, making it difficult to express concerns or offer feedback. When employees feel unsupported or unheard, productivity suffers. Warning signs of psychological barriers include a decline in feedback, increased absenteeism, and a general lack of collaboration. To overcome these challenges, employers can implement team-building exercises and promote open dialogue. Creating a supportive and inclusive environment encourages honest communication, which is essential for a healthy workplace. Technology is supposed to make communication easier, but it can also be a barrier when tools are outdated or employees aren't properly trained to use them. Slow platforms, frequent technological failures, or misunderstandings about how to use communication tools can all impede the flow of information. Companies should regularly update their hardware and invest in user-friendly communication software. Training employees on new technologies is also critical to ensuring that the tools intended to aid communication do not become obstacles. Organizational barriers occur when employees aren't sure who to approach for information or when communication channels are unclear. Communication silos, where information is isolated within departments, and bottlenecks can result in delays or lost messages. One way to overcome these barriers is by creating a clear organizational structure, ensuring that all team members understand their roles and who to contact for specific information. It's also important to ensure that communication guidelines are part of employee onboarding and regularly updated as needed. Communication is the backbone of any successful team or organization. When done well, it leads to trust, better conflict resolution, increased engagement, and higher productivity. However, barriers such as language differences, cultural misunderstandings, and psychological or technological challenges can complicate communication. By addressing these barriers proactively, teams can foster a more inclusive, collaborative, and effective work environment. Whether through training, updating technology, or simply promoting open dialogue, improving communication should always be a priority. In the ever-evolving landscape of organizational communication, understanding the nuances of interaction is essential for fostering a productive environment. Communication barriers can hinder progress, but addressing these obstacles effectively can lead to long-term success. Every team possesses unique needs and faces distinct challenges when it comes to conveying messages. To overcome these hurdles, one must adopt a holistic approach to communication, considering both personality traits and situational contexts. One fundamental aspect of enhancing communication lies in recognizing and addressing how your words may affect others. This self-awareness is crucial when engaging with someone. Taking a moment to reflect on their potential feelings can profoundly influence the effectiveness of the conversation. This mindfulness is the first step toward cultivating better relationships, whether personal or professional. Effective communication should always carry a clear purpose, directed at the right audience, and delivered at the appropriate time. Struggling to convey a message concisely? Utilize short, impactful statements, and consider incorporating visuals like diagrams or images. These elements can significantly enhance understanding and draw people closer to making informed decisions. A well-crafted design not only makes the message more accessible but also aligns with the overall strategy and branding of the organization. Your communication strategy should aim for logical clarity and a strong call to action. This means ensuring that high-priority notifications stand out without overwhelming the recipient with extraneous information. When drafting a message, it's essential to include all necessary details. However, recognizing that not every piece of information is pertinent to every recipient is equally important. If a message requires further elaboration, providing links to supplementary materials can enhance understanding without cluttering the initial communication. Clarity should reign supreme in all forms of communication. The intended recipient must grasp the message as you wish to convey it, which often involves creative expression. Before initiating a conversation or drafting an email, clarify your goal. Be conscious of the language you use, ensuring it aligns with the cultural and social norms of your audience. Sentences should be concise and delivered in an active voice, emphasizing key points without ambiguity. Attention is another crucial element in effective communication. Different individuals respond to messages based on their roles and emotional states, making it challenging to craft a single message that resonates with everyone. When addressing senior staff, for instance, selecting the appropriate communication channels becomes paramount. An informal approach may yield insights into how policies are perceived, but all communications must align with your organization's values, which should emphasize positivity, openness, and respect. Consistency is key. Much of our communication occurs across various platforms and tools, making it vital to maintain logical coherence. Messages must flow logically, remaining concise and connected to the organization's overarching goals. Ensuring that your language and tone are consistent across all communications reinforces clarity and trust. Each message should align with your organization's values, contributing to a unified narrative. Timeliness is equally important. Messages should be communicated promptly, with enough urgency to provoke action. Distinguishing between what is essential and what is not, while also understanding the time frame for actions, is critical. Confidence in delivering your message is a prerequisite for effective communication, but it must be coupled with an awareness of timing and urgency. As we explore different communication styles, it becomes clear that they vary widely across cultures and contexts. Effective communication, whether verbal or written, depends on adapting to the appropriate style for the situation. Below are key communication styles to consider for ensuring your message resonates with your audience. Direct communication is characterized by clarity and conciseness. This approach allows for straightforward dialogue, enabling the listener to grasp your message without confusion. It requires a willingness to speak openly, making it easier for others to understand your intentions. On the other hand, indirect communication can often leave room for misinterpretation. Individuals employing this style may rely on subtle hints and contextual cues, making it challenging for the recipient to fully grasp their needs. The choice between direct and indirect communication is often a matter of personal preference and context. Assertive communication stands out as a healthy and effective approach. This style empowers individuals to express their opinions, needs, and emotions confidently while respecting the viewpoints of others. Those who communicate assertively are adept at articulating their thoughts without feeling pressured or diminishing their self-worth. They prioritize their rights and needs, fostering an environment where both parties feel heard and valued. In contrast, passive communication tends to involve avoidance or reluctance to express thoughts and feelings. This style can lead to misunderstandings and a lack of clarity, ultimately hindering effective communication. Passive communicators may struggle to articulate their needs, resulting in frustration and unfulfilled expectations. Aggressive communication, on the other hand, can alienate others and create an adversarial atmosphere. This style is characterized by a forceful approach that disregards the feelings and perspectives of others. While assertive communication promotes healthy dialogue, aggressive communication often leads to conflict and resentment. Then there's passive-aggressive communication, which combines elements of passivity and aggression. Individuals using this style may express discontent indirectly, often leading to confusion and tension. Recognizing the signs of passive-aggressive behavior can help individuals navigate these situations more effectively. Finally, there's reflective communication, which involves active listening and thoughtful responses. This style emphasizes empathy and understanding, allowing individuals to connect on a deeper level. Reflective communicators take the time to consider others' viewpoints before formulating their responses, fostering an atmosphere of collaboration. Understanding these different communication styles is essential for adapting your approach to various situations. The effectiveness of your message hinges on recognizing the preferred style of your audience and adjusting your communication accordingly. As we navigate the complexities of organizational communication, the importance of developing strong communication skills cannot be overstated. The ability to convey messages effectively, foster understanding, and cultivate positive relationships is fundamental to success in any environment. By breaking down communication barriers and embracing diverse styles, organizations can enhance collaboration, drive engagement, and achieve their goals. In conclusion, the journey toward effective communication requires ongoing effort and adaptation. regularly revisiting and auditing communication practices is essential as organizations evolve. Emphasizing clarity, attention, coherence, timeliness, and the appropriate communication style will significantly enhance interactions at all levels. By prioritizing communication and nurturing relationships, organizations can create a culture of openness and collaboration that propels them toward long-term success. In the realm of communication, understanding various styles is paramount for fostering effective interactions, whether in personal relationships or professional settings. Each communication style has its own characteristics and implications, influencing how messages are received and understood. Exploring these styles can help you navigate conversations more adeptly and create a more harmonious environment. Assertive communication. Assertive communication is characterized by the ability to express one's thoughts, feelings, and needs responsibly and directly. This approach encourages acceptance and clarity, paving the way for constructive dialogue. When you communicate assertively, you take ownership of your feelings, creating an atmosphere of respect. This not only helps to clarify issues but also allows both parties to feel heard and valued. By being aware of your body language, you can further enhance assertive communication, conveying confidence without veering into aggression. Aggressive communication. On the opposite end of the spectrum lies aggressive communication, which often seeks to dominate conversations at the expense of others. Individuals who adopt this style tend to prioritize their own needs, often disregarding the feelings and opinions of those around them. While aggressive communication may yield short-term results, it often alienates others and fosters a climate of fear. People may avoid confrontation with aggressive communicators, leading to unresolved tensions that can harm relationships. This approach can even escalate to physical confrontations, making it a less desirable method for fostering effective communication. Passive communication. Conversely, passive communication is marked by a tendency to please others while suppressing one's own needs. Passive communicators often yield to more assertive or aggressive individuals, creating a dynamic where their opinions and feelings are overlooked. While this style may appear courteous, it often leads to resentment and unhealthy dynamics, as passive individuals may feel trapped in their submissiveness. It's essential for those who communicate passively to learn to assert themselves, advocating for their own needs while maintaining respect for others. Passive-aggressive communication. Passive-aggressive communication is a hybrid style that reflects an inability to express feelings directly. Individuals employing this style may exhibit resentment indirectly, undermining others while maintaining a facade of politeness. This approach can create confusion and distrust, as the underlying feelings remain unaddressed. Those who engage in passive-aggressive behavior may sabotage their own efforts or manipulate situations to regain a sense of control. This style often results in negative perceptions from colleagues, affecting future collaborations. Manipulative communication. Manipulative communication takes this a step further, with individuals using deceit or emotional manipulation to achieve their goals. Those who employ this style may present misleading information or use tactics like guilt and fear to influence others. This kind of communication can be detrimental, as it undermines trust and can lead to a toxic work environment. Recognizing and addressing manipulative behavior is crucial for maintaining healthy interactions. Submissive communication. The submissive communication style is characterized by an overwhelming desire to avoid conflict, often placing others' needs above one's own. While this may seem altruistic, it can lead to feelings of resentment and a lack of accountability. Individuals who communicate submissively may struggle to assert themselves, which can hinder their professional growth. This style often results in a power imbalance, leaving submissive communicators feeling undervalued and exploited. Understanding your communication style. As we delve into the nuances of communication styles, it becomes clear that each approach serves different purposes and contexts. Being aware of your communication style and those of your colleagues can significantly improve interactions. Different styles may be appropriate in various situations. For instance, assertive communication is beneficial in conflict resolution, while analytical communication excels in data-driven discussions. Analytical communication. Analytical communicators prioritize clarity and logical reasoning. They thrive on data and factual evidence, often finding small talk tedious. When engaging with analytical individuals, it's essential to be direct and specific, ensuring your message is backed by solid evidence. Avoiding emotional language can enhance your connection, as analytical communicators prefer a straightforward, professional tone. Collaborative communication. In a team setting, collaborative communication is essential. This style emphasizes teamwork and the integration of diverse skill sets to achieve common goals. Encouraging open dialogue and actively seeking input from all team members fosters an environment where creativity and innovation can flourish. In collaborative projects, the ability to adapt your communication style to suit the needs of various team members can enhance group dynamics and lead to successful outcomes. Navigating communication styles. Effectively navigating these different communication styles requires a keen awareness of your own tendencies and the ability to adapt to the preferences of others. Being versatile in your approach allows you to engage with a wider range of individuals, enhancing relationships both personally and professionally. To cultivate effective communication, focus on being assertive while remaining respectful. Use body language to reinforce your message, ensuring that your nonverbal cues align with your verbal communication. Recognize the potential pitfalls of aggressive, passive, passive-aggressive, and manipulative styles, and strive to minimize their impact in your interactions. In practice, this means actively listening to others, acknowledging their perspectives, and responding thoughtfully. Developing empathy can bridge gaps between differing communication styles, fostering a more inclusive atmosphere where everyone feels valued. As you refine your communication skills, remember that practice is key. Engage in conversations that challenge you to step outside your comfort zone, whether it's expressing your opinions more assertively or addressing passive-aggressive behavior directly. Over time, these efforts will yield a more robust and effective communication style. In summary, understanding and adapting to different communication styles is vital for fostering healthy interactions. By embracing assertive communication, being aware of the drawbacks of aggressive and passive approaches, and honing your analytical and collaborative skills, you can enhance your effectiveness as a communicator. This awareness not only enriches your personal relationships but also contributes to a more productive and harmonious work environment. Creating effective communication within any organization is essential for fostering collaboration and achieving success. Understanding various communication styles can greatly enhance interpersonal interactions, making them more productive and harmonious. Here's an in-depth exploration of different communication styles and actionable strategies to improve engagement and clarity. Analytical communicators are known for their reliance on logic, facts, and figures. They prioritize measurable outcomes and prefer structured approaches to problem solving. These individuals often have a wealth of data at their disposal, enabling them to tackle issues methodically. When communicating with analytical types, it's beneficial to present clear metrics and goals. This not only aligns with their preference for data-driven discussions, but also ensures that the conversation remains focused and relevant. To facilitate effective exchanges, prepare thoroughly for discussions by compiling necessary written materials. This preparation allows you to articulate your ideas clearly and ensures that your analytical counterpart feels equipped to engage with you. If unexpected challenges arise, being open about them encourages collaborative problem solving and fosters a sense of teamwork. Functional communicators share similarities with analytical types in that they thrive on clear guidelines and structured information. They appreciate thoroughness and clarity, particularly during complex processes. When working with functional communicators, ensure that your communication is as detailed as possible. This might mean providing step-by-step instructions or outlining the parameters of a project clearly. In terms of communication style, it's vital to encourage open dialogue. Foster an environment where team members feel comfortable asking questions and sharing insights. Being receptive to feedback will not only strengthen your relationship with functional communicators but also enhance the overall productivity of your team. In contrast, Intuitive communicators often focus on the overarching vision rather than getting bogged down in specifics. They are adept at maintaining a big-picture perspective, which allows them to inspire creativity and innovation. When connecting with intuitive colleagues, offer a broad overview of the issues at hand rather than delving into excessive detail. This helps them grasp the essential points quickly and keeps them engaged. To nurture a productive relationship with intuitive communicators, create an atmosphere that encourages brainstorming and exploration of new ideas. Recognize their need for space and autonomy in their creative processes, allowing them to contribute without feeling constrained by rigid structures. Empathy and understanding of their vision will enhance collaboration and lead to more innovative solutions. Creative communicators, who embody a blend of intuition and innovation, thrive in environments where they can explore unconventional approaches. They are often quick to identify unique solutions and can distill complex ideas into straightforward concepts. Their ability to remain engaged in less structured tasks makes them valuable team members who can add significant value to projects. When collaborating with creative communicators, appreciate their insights and be open to their suggestions. Provide them with opportunities to share their ideas and encourage them to challenge the status quo. Their contributions can lead to breakthroughs that might not emerge in a more traditional environment. Personal communicators are characterized by their ability to foster deep connections with others. They tend to be diplomatic, often seeing issues from multiple perspectives. This trait allows them to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics effectively. When engaging with personal communicators, take time to establish rapport. This foundation of trust can significantly enhance the quality of your interactions. Be mindful of your tone, as it conveys much about your intentions and attitude. Whether communicating via email, phone, or in person, ensuring that your tone aligns with your message is critical. Utilizing a tone detector can help you adjust your delivery to better suit the context and audience. Understanding your direct report's communication styles is equally important, particularly when providing feedback. Tailor your evaluations to suit their preferences, starting with aspects of their performance that resonate personally with them. This approach creates a more open environment for discussion and encourages them to express their thoughts and feelings candidly. Recognizing the different communication styles at play within your team can help you identify strengths and areas for improvement. By familiarizing yourself with the unique ways people prefer to communicate, you can adapt your approach to foster more effective interactions. This understanding can lead to better conflict resolution and a more harmonious workplace. Listening is an invaluable skill that complements effective communication. In our fast-paced, technology-driven world, the ability to actively listen can set you apart. The 3 levels of listening, absent, partial, and full, highlight the varying degrees of engagement one might have during conversations. Absent listening occurs when distractions pull attention away from the speaker. This can stem from multitasking or simply not being mentally present. It's crucial to recognize when you are engaged in absent listening to improve your focus and foster better connections. Partial listening, on the other hand, involves hearing the speaker's words without fully engaging with the content. This approach often leads to misunderstandings, as key information may be missed. Striving for full listening, where you actively engage and comprehend the speaker's message, will greatly enhance communication effectiveness. To practice active listening, give your undivided attention during conversations. This means eliminating distractions and being genuinely present. Acknowledge what the speaker is saying through verbal affirmations and nonverbal cues, such as nodding or maintaining eye contact. Summarizing their points at the end of the conversation can also reinforce your understanding and demonstrate your engagement. In conclusion, mastering various communication styles is essential for fostering effective interactions in any setting. By understanding the characteristics of analytical, functional, intuitive, creative, and personal communicators, you can tailor your approach to suit different contexts and individuals. Emphasizing active listening and empathy further enhances these interactions, leading to a more collaborative and productive environment. Effective communication is the bedrock of successful relationships, whether in personal or professional settings. One of the most crucial components of communication is listening. However, many individuals struggle with truly engaging in conversations, leading to misunderstandings and conflicts. To enhance communication skills, particularly listening, one must understand the various barriers that can hinder effective engagement. When two individuals engage in a dialogue, full listening is characterized by attentiveness and understanding. It goes beyond merely hearing words. It requires concentration and active involvement. Unfortunately, many find themselves distracted by internal thoughts or external stimuli, making it challenging to grasp what is being communicated. Background noise, physical distance, uncomfortable seating, or unexpected interruptions can all act as barriers, complicating the exchange of ideas. For non-native speakers, the pace of speech and accent can further complicate comprehension. When someone speaks too quickly or uses complex language, it can leave listeners feeling lost and frustrated. Similarly, not voicing objections or failing to articulate thoughts clearly can lead to miscommunication, especially if the listener is not fluent in the language being used. These barriers can create significant obstacles to effective communication, leading to misunderstandings and diminished productivity. Internal distractions also play a role. If someone cannot concentrate fully on the speaker, they will likely miss key points. Wandering thoughts can derail comprehension, making it difficult to engage meaningfully. Moreover, when a listener arrives with preconceived notions or assumptions about what the speaker will say, they risk becoming defensive. This defensive posture blocks true understanding and prevents a genuine exchange of ideas. Understanding the role of emotional filters is essential in communication. People often project their experiences and moods onto others, which can affect their responses. A positive or negative mood can shape how one interprets another's message, thereby influencing the overall quality of the interaction. Recognizing these filters allows for more empathetic and nuanced communication. To improve active listening skills, several strategies can be employed. First and foremost, giving full attention to the speaker is vital. This means setting aside distractions and focusing entirely on the conversation at hand. If you need a moment to prepare before a discussion, it's courteous to ask for that time up front, signaling your respect for the speaker and the conversation. It's also essential to approach conversations with a clear mind, minimizing distractions. Pay close attention to both verbal cues and nonverbal signals, such as body language and tone of voice. These subtle cues can provide significant context and enhance your understanding of the speaker's message. Judgment should be suspended during conversations. It's common to form opinions based on initial impressions, but this can lead to misunderstandings. Instead, maintain an open mind and allow the speaker to express their views fully. This approach will not only enhance your comprehension but also improve your ability to communicate effectively in the long term. Patience is another critical element in listening. Interrupting someone while they are speaking can be seen as disrespectful. Allow the speaker to finish their thoughts before responding, which fosters a more meaningful dialogue. Take note of their physical cues, such as body posture and facial expressions, to gauge their engagement level and adjust your responses accordingly. Eye contact is fundamental in showing that you are engaged and interested in the conversation. It communicates attentiveness and respect, encouraging the speaker to continue sharing. Additionally, asking questions can facilitate further discussion and clarify any uncertainties. Open-ended questions, in particular, allow the speaker to elaborate on their thoughts, enriching the conversation. Rephrasing what the speaker has said is an effective way to ensure you understand their point of view. This technique not only shows that you are actively listening but also allows for clarification if there has been any misunderstanding. By focusing on specific points, you can steer the conversation back to areas that require deeper exploration. Mastering active listening can greatly enhance your ability to connect with others. As you practice these techniques in daily interactions, you will find that conversations become more engaging and productive. Building trust and rapport with colleagues, friends, or family members is the result of genuine engagement and understanding. In the workplace, the ability to receive and provide constructive criticism is equally important. While feedback can be challenging to navigate, it is a necessary component of professional growth. Embracing criticism as an opportunity for improvement rather than a personal attack is essential. Constructive criticism differs significantly from destructive criticism. The former is delivered thoughtfully, focusing on strengths and areas for development, creating a safe environment for growth. It includes actionable suggestions that can help individuals improve their performance. On the other hand, destructive criticism tends to be vague, negative, and unsupportive, often undermining morale and confidence. Being receptive to constructive feedback is vital for personal and professional development. It requires a mindset shift, viewing feedback as a gift rather than a setback. This approach not only aids individual improvement, but also contributes to a healthier workplace culture. To effectively offer constructive criticism, ensure your feedback is specific and actionable. Focus on behaviors rather than personal traits, and provide examples to illustrate your points. This clarity helps the recipient understand the context and fosters an environment of mutual respect. Furthermore, when receiving criticism, practice active listening. Avoid becoming defensive. Instead, take the feedback as an opportunity to learn. Ask questions for clarification, and reflect on the feedback to identify areas for growth. This willingness to learn not only enhances personal development but also contributes to stronger relationships with colleagues. In conclusion, honing your listening skills and mastering the art of constructive criticism are essential components of effective communication. By actively engaging in conversations, remaining open-minded, and embracing feedback, you can foster stronger connections and create a more collaborative environment. As you practice these skills, you will find that your interactions become more meaningful and productive, paving the way for personal and professional success. Constructive criticism is an essential tool for personal and professional development. It involves providing feedback that highlights areas for improvement while fostering an environment of trust and motivation. Unlike negative criticism, which can be damaging, constructive feedback is framed in a way that encourages growth and progress. The primary objective of constructive criticism is to offer specific, actionable guidance. By identifying clear areas for improvement, individuals receive a tangible path to enhance their skills and resolve conflicts proactively. This approach not only benefits the recipient but also contributes to a more harmonious workplace atmosphere. One of the key advantages of constructive criticism is the provision of timely feedback. In a fast-paced work environment, immediate responses to performance can have a significant impact. Employees are more likely to absorb and act upon feedback when it's given soon after an event. This immediacy helps them connect their actions with the feedback they receive, increasing the likelihood of positive behavioral change. Furthermore, constructive criticism promotes growth by instilling motivation in employees. When feedback is framed positively, individuals can see their potential and are encouraged to strive for higher achievements. This perspective shift helps employees view themselves as capable of improvement and success, rather than as failures. Building trust is another vital component of constructive criticism. When managers provide thoughtful feedback, it demonstrates their commitment to employees' growth and development. This not only strengthens the relationship between managers and staff, but also cultivates a culture of belonging and support within the organization. Employees who feel valued are more likely to engage positively in their work. While providing constructive feedback can be challenging, it can also be a learning opportunity for both parties. Good criticism can indeed sting, but it ultimately helps recipients identify weaknesses and areas for growth. The key is to ensure that the feedback is delivered in a way that is both respectful and supportive. To make constructive criticism effective, it's essential to adhere to several fundamental principles. Firstly, the feedback must be specific. Avoid vague language and generalities. Instead, provide concrete examples of behavior or performance that require improvement. This clarity helps the recipient understand precisely what needs to change. Next, timeliness is crucial. Offering feedback immediately after the observed behavior allows the recipient to connect their actions with the criticism. This connection enhances retention and makes it more likely that they will implement the suggested changes. Positivity is also important. Constructive criticism should focus on potential and future performance rather than merely pointing out shortcomings. Encouraging a mindset of growth fosters resilience and a willingness to adapt. Lastly, understanding the recipient's perspective is vital. Engaging in a dialogue about their challenges can facilitate a more supportive atmosphere. This approach allows employees to feel heard and understood, which can significantly enhance their motivation to improve. The process of constructive criticism can be illustrated through various workplace scenarios. For instance, when an employee is struggling to speak up about challenges, it's important to create a supportive environment. A manager might say, "Hi, John, I'd love to hear about your project so far. Do you have any questions or concerns? I want to help you with any challenges you might be facing. Please keep me posted so I can assist you." In cases where deadlines are missed, the conversation should be approached delicately. A manager could say, "Hi, Mary. I appreciate your attention to detail in your work. I've noticed a few missed deadlines, and I'm concerned. Sometimes things move quickly here, and I have some time management tips that might help. Is there something specific causing these delays? I'd be happy to assist you in getting back on track." Collaboration is another critical area where constructive criticism can be beneficial. If an employee is not effectively sharing their expertise, a manager might say, "Hi, Patrick, your problem-solving skills are impressive, and I believe you can make a real difference. However, it would be helpful if you shared your knowledge with others who could benefit from it. This way, you can learn from your colleagues as well." Perhaps we could set up weekly brainstorming sessions. Performance appraisals are also an opportunity for constructive criticism. Instead of simply evaluating performance, these discussions should encourage open dialogue. Asking specific questions allows employees to reflect on their performance and identify areas for improvement. For example, a manager might ask, "What challenges have you faced in meeting your goals this quarter, and how do you think we can address them together?" In summary, constructive criticism serves as a powerful mechanism for promoting growth, building trust, and enhancing workplace dynamics. When delivered effectively, it empowers individuals to develop their skills and reach their potential. By focusing on specific, timely, and positive feedback, managers can create an environment where employees feel supported and motivated to succeed. Understanding how to give and receive constructive criticism is crucial for fostering a culture of continuous improvement. Emphasizing future performance and opportunities for growth can transform criticism into a positive force within any organization. As employees become more engaged and motivated, the entire workplace benefits, leading to increased productivity and morale. Constructive criticism is not merely about pointing out flaws, it's about guiding individuals toward greater achievements. By taking the time to understand the needs and perspectives of employees, managers can facilitate an atmosphere that encourages collaboration, innovation, and success. To maximize employee potential, actively soliciting their opinions about their performance and areas for improvement is crucial. This dialogue enables them to identify weaknesses and develop strategies for growth. For instance, you might approach a team member, saying, "Hi Jane, you mentioned that completing a project takes longer due to troubleshooting. In future projects, how about limiting troubleshooting to an hour before escalating issues to the team?" This could help streamline your process and close projects more efficiently. This method not only addresses specific concerns, but also encourages collaboration and problem solving. When it comes to delivering constructive criticism, one effective technique is the sandwich method. This approach involves framing feedback between two positive comments, creating a more palatable experience for the recipient. The structure typically consists of 3 parts: a positive observation, a constructive suggestion, and a reaffirmation of strengths. For example, you might say, "You did a great job on the last project, especially in how you communicated with the team. However, I think we could improve project timelines by streamlining the troubleshooting process. If we can manage that, I'm confident you'll continue to excel." This technique, often referred to as the PIP method, positive, improvement, positive, helps maintain morale while addressing areas that need attention. Communication is the cornerstone of any relationship, especially in a work environment. To create a supportive atmosphere, it's vital to express concerns objectively and constructively. Ending conversations with a positive note reinforces team spirit and motivates individuals. By highlighting what the team can be proud of, you create a culture of encouragement rather than criticism. Additionally, clarity is key when providing feedback. Be specific about the issues you've identified and offer concrete suggestions for improvement. Avoid vague statements. Instead, clearly outline what needs to be addressed. This specificity not only helps employees understand their roles better, but also boosts productivity by minimizing confusion. In giving constructive criticism, it's essential to focus on the situation at hand rather than attacking the individual. This requires using I statements, such as I noticed or I feel, which make it clear that the feedback pertains to behaviors rather than personal attributes. This approach can significantly reduce defensiveness and foster a more open dialogue. When providing feedback, aim to make your suggestions objective. By focusing on facts rather than emotions, you can help employees understand what adjustments they need to make. This method also instills a sense of agency, empowering them to take control of their development and performance. As you begin to identify areas for improvement, offer recommendations carefully. It's important to be selective in your advice to avoid overwhelming employees with too many changes at once. Maintain open lines of communication and be receptive to their feedback. Always approach conversations with an understanding that individuals may react differently, and it's crucial to gauge their responses to ensure they feel supported. Constructive criticism can be challenging for both the giver and the receiver. While delivering feedback, it's important to remember that it's a tool for growth, not a personal attack. Employees need to know how they can enhance their skills without feeling undermined or disrespected. To accept constructive criticism effectively, individuals should strive to remain calm and open-minded. Taking a deep breath can help mitigate initial reactions. It's essential to consider the feedback thoughtfully, acknowledging the person's intention to help. Empathy plays a significant role in this process. Organizations today recognize the value of empathy in communication and are prioritizing it in their interactions. Empathy involves actively listening and understanding others' perspectives. Research shows that empathetic connections among coworkers lead to enhanced performance. Employees who feel heard and understood are generally more engaged and productive. However, not everyone possesses natural empathy skills. Poor empathy can reflect broader cultural issues within an organization. Some individuals may be quick to pick up on emotional cues, while others might miss them entirely. Regardless of where one starts, it's possible to cultivate empathy through conscious effort. Engaging in active listening and trying to understand coworkers' feelings can significantly improve workplace dynamics. A crucial aspect of empathy is self-awareness. Understanding and accepting one's emotions are essential for recognizing the feelings of others. Acknowledging one's own emotional landscape can lead to healthier relationships and better mental well-being. When you are in tune with your feelings, it becomes easier to extend that understanding to those around you. In practical terms, fostering empathy in the workplace involves creating an environment where employees feel safe sharing their thoughts and emotions. Encourage team discussions that allow individuals to express their feelings and concerns openly. When employees feel comfortable sharing their challenges, they are more likely to collaborate effectively and support one another. In summary, effective communication, constructive criticism, and empathy are all vital components of a successful workplace. By employing strategies like the sandwich method and maintaining an open dialogue, managers can provide feedback that encourages growth while fostering a positive team environment. As employees become more aware of their strengths and areas for improvement, they will feel empowered to take charge of their development. Cultivating empathy enhances workplace relationships and boosts overall performance. By actively listening to employees and validating their feelings, organizations can create a culture of support and collaboration. As empathy becomes a central theme in workplace interactions, employees will thrive, leading to greater success for the entire organization. Ultimately, the goal is to create an environment where feedback is not just a means to an end, but a valuable tool for continuous improvement. By focusing on constructive criticism and fostering empathy, organizations can cultivate a culture that values growth, understanding, and teamwork. In conclusion, the interplay of effective feedback and empathetic communication shapes the workplace experience. By prioritizing these elements, organizations not only enhance employee satisfaction but also drive overall success. Understanding others is a skill that can greatly enhance both personal and professional relationships. By committing to empathy, we can remove misunderstandings and strengthen connections. This not only contributes to fulfilling relationships but also propels us toward greater recognition and success in our careers. At its core, empathy is the ability to recognize and understand another person's feelings and perspectives. Mastering this skill, along with both verbal and nonverbal communication, can significantly enhance interactions. When we utilize empathy effectively, we become more attuned to when to speak up or engage with others. But why is empathy so vital? As inherently social beings, our survival and success often hinge on our ability to communicate with one another. Being able to perceive the motives and emotions of those around us equips us to understand their needs and adjust our behavior accordingly. In the realm of career development, establishing robust business relationships relies heavily on understanding your audience. Trust is built when we comprehend others' needs, desires, and expectations. This process of empathetic understanding can make all interactions, whether in marketing or teamwork, healthier and more effective. Nonverbal cues play a significant role in communication. Often, meaning is conveyed through body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice rather than words alone. Individuals who struggle to read these signals may find themselves missing critical elements of conversations. This can lead to misunderstandings and misinterpretations. Developing a keen awareness of nonverbal communication can help mitigate these issues and promote clearer exchanges. Moreover, understanding others' needs can pave the way for more effective conflict resolution. When we grasp the motivations of different parties, we can work towards mutually beneficial solutions, rather than simply grasping for quick fixes. This fosters a collaborative environment where everyone feels heard and valued. Empathy also plays a crucial role in persuasion and motivation. When we can appreciate another person's perspective, we can present our own ideas more effectively. Understanding their feelings and preconceptions enables us to connect with them on a deeper level, making it easier to inspire change or encourage new behaviors. In a globalized world, diverse motivations exist, and recognizing these nuances is essential for effective communication. Furthermore, practicing empathy broadens our horizons. Engaging with different viewpoints allows us to see the world from multiple angles, enriching our understanding and leading to a more fulfilling life. This skill not only helps us understand how our actions impact others, but also reinforces our humanity. To thrive as successful, fulfilled individuals, we must continually practice empathy. However, barriers to empathic communication do exist. A significant hurdle is the lack of skills in this area. Empathy is not an innate trait, rather, it can be cultivated like any other skill. Without proper guidance or input from those around us, we may struggle to communicate effectively. When family members or peers dismiss our opinions, we may feel disconnected, leading to a cycle of disengagement and misunderstanding. In the workplace, a lack of empathy can create an atmosphere of indifference and misunderstanding. This can result in difficulties with teamwork, apologizing, and genuinely listening to one another. Recognizing this, it's essential to foster an environment where empathy is valued and practiced. Time constraints are another common barrier to meaningful relationships. Juggling the demands of work and life can leave little room for authentic engagement. When overwhelmed, individuals might become short-tempered or dismissive, leading to further disconnect. Maintaining focus during conversations can also be challenging, especially in a world full of distractions. Negative judgments and biases can cloud our perceptions, making it harder to empathize with others. When we harbor preconceived notions about a person or group, our ability to communicate openly is compromised. Acknowledging our biases is crucial for minimizing their impact on our interactions. Similarly, emotions like anger can inhibit effective communication. It's not uncommon for anger to mask other feelings, such as hurt or fear. In such moments, it's vital to express these emotions honestly and empathetically, leading to healthier outcomes for all parties involved. To cultivate empathy in communication, we can adopt several strategies. One effective method is active listening. By fully concentrating on the speaker and minimizing distractions, we can better understand their message. After they finish speaking, Summarizing their thoughts and asking follow-up questions demonstrates respect and reinforces our understanding. This collaborative effort often opens the door to deeper insights and shared experiences. Another way to develop empathy is to master different communication styles. People have unique ways of interacting based on their personalities. Some are extroverted and thrive in group settings, while others are introverted and prefer one-on-one interactions. Recognizing these differences allows us to tailor our communication accordingly, enhancing the quality of our conversations. For introverts, a direct approach might be more effective, while extroverts often appreciate a more engaging discussion. Ultimately, empathy is an essential ingredient for successful communication and relationship building. By actively practicing empathy, we can create environments where understanding and collaboration flourish. As we enhance our ability to connect with others, we unlock greater potential for success in both our personal and professional lives. In summary, understanding others is a multifaceted process that relies on empathy, effective communication, and a willingness to grow. By overcoming barriers and employing strategies to foster understanding, we not only enrich our relationships but also contribute to a more harmonious and productive world. With a commitment to empathy, we can enhance our interactions and pave the way for meaningful connections. Effective communication is crucial in fostering a collaborative environment, and a key component of this is understanding how to engage with colleagues in meaningful ways. Rather than reprimanding team members for being overly talkative, it's more constructive to encourage them to pause and allow quieter colleagues to share their thoughts. This creates an inclusive atmosphere where everyone feels valued and heard. To facilitate productive meetings, sharing an agenda in advance can help set clear expectations. When all team members are aware of the topics to be discussed, they can prepare and participate more effectively. It's also essential to recognize and respect different communication preferences within the team. Encouraging open discussions can make a significant difference in how included everyone feels. Self-awareness in communication is equally important. While it's vital to understand how others communicate, evaluating your own style can provide valuable insights. Gathering feedback from colleagues, even those you're not particularly close to, can help identify strengths and areas for improvement. Honest feedback fosters a sense of value and respect within the team. Analyzing your strengths can reveal how to leverage them better. For instance, if a coworker appreciates your ability to be a sounding board for complex problems, express gratitude for their recognition and remind the team that you're open to discussions. Conversely, if someone feels you're rushing through conversations, this could signal a need to enhance your listening skills and reduce multitasking. Mindfulness is particularly beneficial in challenging conversations. Preparing in advance can steer discussions in a more productive direction. Instead of relying on scripts, which can sound impersonal, jot down key points tailored to the individual you're speaking with. Following up after a conversation shows that you value their input and are willing to engage further. In instances where emotions run high, It's best to schedule conversations for a later time when everyone involved can approach the discussion more calmly. If someone expresses frustration, acknowledging their feelings can help de-escalate the situation. It's crucial to communicate empathy while keeping your own emotions in check. Taking a moment to breathe and reset can prevent misunderstandings and facilitate a more constructive dialogue. Summarizing what a person has shared not only demonstrates active listening but also reinforces that you appreciate their perspective. This doesn't mean you need to agree. The key is showing that you have heard and understood their concerns. Acknowledging mistakes is equally important. Even empathetic communicators can falter, and owning up to these missteps is essential for moving forward. Successful communication hinges on understanding each other's needs and expectations. Highlighting the contributions of everyone involved in a project can bolster a sense of value and team cohesion. In both group settings and one-on-one interactions, expressing emotions or facts effectively helps deepen connections. Using familiar language can make discussions smoother, especially when tensions arise. Finding common ground is a vital technique for diffusing conflicts and steering conversations back on track. By emphasizing shared interests, teams can foster a more collaborative spirit. Nonverbal communication is another significant aspect of how we interact. Research shows that over 80% of our communication is nonverbal, which underscores its importance. Humans naturally use a variety of nonverbal cues, such as gestures, facial expressions, and body language, to convey messages. These cues often provide additional context to our spoken words, enhancing the overall communication process. Nonverbal signals can express a wide range of emotions, from happiness to frustration. Since many of these cues are unconsciously generated, they play a crucial role in the interpersonal dynamics of communication. Being attuned to these nonverbal indicators can improve understanding between individuals, especially in culturally diverse settings where meanings may vary. Misinterpretations can arise from nonverbal cues, especially in emotionally charged situations. In moments of conflict, observing body language can sometimes offer more reliable insights than the words being spoken. The instinctual nature of nonverbal communication means it can convey emotions like joy or sadness without the need for verbal expression. In the workplace, mastering nonverbal communication can enhance team dynamics and overall efficiency. Professionals across various fields should be able to effectively utilize these skills, especially during interviews or presentations. For instance, maintaining appropriate eye contact can signal confidence and credibility, while a lack of it may suggest disinterest or uncertainty. Recognizing how your nonverbal behavior impacts others is critical. The alignment of verbal and nonverbal messages increases the likelihood of effective communication. When both channels convey similar messages, understanding improves, and connections deepen. In conclusion, mastering the art of communication involves a blend of verbal and nonverbal skills. By fostering an inclusive atmosphere, practicing mindfulness and acknowledging both your strengths and weaknesses, you can significantly enhance interactions. Understanding nonverbal cues is equally vital, as they play a substantial role in conveying emotions and intentions. By focusing on these elements, we can create a collaborative environment that promotes understanding and cooperation. Communication serves as a vital bridge for establishing connections and fostering trust between individuals. In many cultures, physical gestures, such as handshakes or hugs, are integral to personal interactions, highlighting the importance of authenticity in our exchanges. The way we communicate non-verbally significantly influences how others perceive our true feelings. When we combine verbal messages with direct eye contact and confident posture, we convey sincerity and a deeper emotional resonance. Nonverbal communication has far-reaching effects, often shaping the emotional landscape of interactions. For instance, when managing employees, the physical reactions we observe can reveal how serious a situation is for them. If an employee appears distressed, their body language speaks volumes, often more than their words. Conversely, nonverbal cues can sometimes contradict verbal expressions. A common scenario is when someone says they are fine while displaying sadness through their facial expressions or posture. Such contradictions can confuse the listener and require careful interpretation. In some contexts, nonverbal communication serves as a powerful substitute for words. Think of how traffic signals convey important information without uttering a single word. Similarly, in gaming environments, barriers or walls guide players by indicating goals and areas to explore, proving that actions can communicate effectively without verbal explanations. Nonverbal messages can also complement our spoken words. For example, when someone mentions pain, their facial expression may simultaneously reflect discomfort. Gestures can further enrich verbal communication by providing additional layers of meaning. For instance, a thumbs up can express approval or agreement, reinforcing what is being said. Accenting your message through nonverbal communication is particularly beneficial in clarifying vague language. If you are engaged in a phone conversation or a lunch meeting, using signals, like nods or hand gestures, can help emphasize key points. This technique allows others to grasp the nuances of what you're conveying, making your message clearer. Understanding the context is crucial for effective communication. The significance of nonverbal cues can vary greatly depending on the situation. Sometimes, nonverbal signs can stand alone, while at other times, they rely on verbal cues to enrich the interaction. Recognizing the balance between the two is essential for successful communication. Types of nonverbal communication encompass various forms, with body language being a primary component. This includes facial expressions, gestures, and even posture. The way we hold our bodies can signal a multitude of emotions and intentions. For instance, crossed arms might indicate defensiveness, while an open posture conveys receptivity and engagement. Eye contact plays a significant role in how we connect with others. Sustaining eye contact can foster a sense of intimacy and connection, but it's important to be mindful of the intensity. Prolonged eye contact can become uncomfortable for the other person, so it's essential to balance this aspect of interaction. Facial expressions are another powerful tool in nonverbal communication. Smiling, frowning, or even furrowing your brow can provide insights into your emotional state or thought process. These subtle cues can greatly influence how your messages are received. For example, a genuine smile can convey warmth and approachability, while a frown might signal disapproval or concern. Gestures also play a vital role in nonverbal communication. They can express thoughts and feelings without uttering a word. Pointing to an object or using hand movements to illustrate a point can enhance understanding in conversations. The use of space is equally important. Sitting close to someone can indicate attraction or a strong bond, while maintaining distance may suggest discomfort or a desire for personal space. Physical touch is another complex form of nonverbal communication. A gentle touch can express compassion or empathy, while a hug can provide comfort during tough times. Conversely, aggressive or unwanted touches can convey frustration or anger. Understanding the context of touch is vital, as it can vary significantly across cultures and personal preferences. To enhance your nonverbal communication skills, consider these practical tips. First, practice good body language in various social settings, both at work and in your personal life. Being aware of how you present yourself can help you foster positive interactions. This requires practice and feedback, so don't hesitate to engage with friends or family who can provide constructive criticism. Consider practicing in front of a mirror. This allows you to observe your expressions and gestures, helping you identify areas for improvement. Additionally, mirroring the body language of those you interact with can create a sense of connection and trust, as it subconsciously signals that you are attuned to their feelings. Pay attention to your tone of voice as well. The way you say something can significantly affect how your message is received. A warm, animated tone can express enthusiasm and engagement, while a flat or monotone voice may suggest disinterest. Observing how your tone influences conversations can help you adjust it to better align with your intentions. Eye contact remains a crucial aspect of nonverbal communication. It conveys engagement and interest, but too much can feel confrontational. Aim for a comfortable level of eye contact, maintaining it for about 4 to 5 seconds at a time. This balance fosters a natural flow in the conversation and helps build rapport. When in doubt, ask questions to clarify nonverbal cues. If you're uncertain about someone's feelings or intentions, don't hesitate to seek clarification. You might say something like, "It seems like you might be feeling a certain way, am I right?" Such follow-up questions encourage openness and allow for deeper understanding. Incorporating signals into your communication can enrich your interactions. When your facial expressions, tone, and body language work together harmoniously, you create a cohesive message that resonates more deeply with others. This synergy enhances comprehension and fosters a sense of connection. In summary, mastering nonverbal communication is a vital skill that enhances personal and professional relationships. By being mindful of body language, eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, and the nuances of touch, you can convey authenticity and sincerity in your interactions. Practicing these skills will not only improve your ability to communicate effectively but also help you build stronger, more trusting relationships. Understanding and empathizing with others lays a solid foundation for effective communication. When you genuinely consider the perspective of those around you, it becomes much easier to convey your thoughts and ideas. Mastering nonverbal signals plays a critical role in this dynamic. By being attuned to how you present yourself, through body language, posture, and eye contact, you can significantly enhance your confidence and the accuracy of your communication. Standing tall, keeping your shoulders back, and projecting a self-assured demeanor can make a world of difference in how your message is received. Context is everything in communication. The situation at hand heavily influences how messages are interpreted. It's crucial to consider cultural nuances, as different cultures have varying expectations regarding formality and behavior. Being mindful of these differences will help you adapt your nonverbal cues accordingly. When collaborating with colleagues, understanding the context of their nonverbal signals can greatly enhance the effectiveness of your exchanges. Teamwork thrives on strong communication. A cohesive and positive workplace culture boosts team morale and encourages creativity. To foster this environment, it's essential to be flexible and welcoming, especially when integrating new members into a team. But how does communication impact teamwork? The answer lies in its ability to either enhance or undermine collaboration. Effective communication practices can lead to productive conversations, while poor communication can create confusion and disengagement. The art of communication can be developed through practice, whether in one-on-one settings or within group dynamics. Companies are increasingly leveraging technology to facilitate better communication, allowing team members to express their ideas and concerns more freely. Open lines of communication are essential. When team members feel encouraged to share their thoughts, misunderstandings are minimized. In any group project, it's vital for everyone to understand their roles and responsibilities clearly. This collective understanding fosters accountability and collaboration. Team leaders play a pivotal role in this process by ensuring that everyone is informed and aligned with the team's objectives. They should create an atmosphere where new ideas can flourish and concerns can be openly discussed. When employees feel heard and valued, their commitment to the team's success increases, leading to greater satisfaction and pride in their work. Successful project execution requires breaking down larger goals into manageable tasks assigned to individual team members. This approach ensures that everyone knows what is expected of them and how their contributions fit into the bigger picture. Regular check-ins help maintain momentum and clarity, enabling teams to stay focused and productive. In smaller, goal-oriented teams, communication is even more critical. When team members feel appreciated for their efforts, it enhances morale and reinforces a culture of gratitude. Leaders should acknowledge accomplishments, both big and small, to encourage a supportive atmosphere. Positive reinforcement not only motivates individuals but also strengthens team bonds. Effective communication fosters healthy working relationships. When team members are aware of each other's goals and motivations, they are more likely to support one another. A positive work environment, where employees feel valued, leads to higher productivity and better project outcomes. This sense of belonging is essential, particularly in distributed teams where individuals may feel isolated. Building strong internal communications is vital for enhancing teamwork. Regular bonding activities can help maintain relationships and create a cohesive team culture, even in remote settings. Organizations should embrace digital communication methods to facilitate engagement and adherence to company values. Open communication channels reduce misunderstandings and inspire creativity, resulting in improved morale across the board. Creating a sense of belonging within the workplace is essential for employee satisfaction. Organizations must prioritize providing a healthy work environment, which includes nurturing communication practices. As remote work becomes more common, companies must address the challenges that come with decreased face-to-face interaction. The shift to virtual communication can lead to feelings of stress and anxiety, thus, fostering an environment where employees can share concerns is crucial. Encouraging innovation is another key aspect of effective communication. A diverse workforce brings together individuals from various backgrounds, each contributing unique perspectives. This diversity can lead to innovative solutions when employees feel safe sharing their ideas and feedback. Cultivating a culture of openness allows teams to collaborate more effectively and maximize their collective potential. Transparency within a team can lead to stronger relationships and improved workflow. When information is freely shared, trust is built, and team members are more likely to collaborate effectively. This transparency fosters an environment where ideas can flourish, ultimately enhancing productivity and innovation. To improve communication skills, it's essential to recognize that different individuals have varying preferences and styles. Understanding these differences can help you adapt your communication approach to better suit those you're interacting with. Quick conflict resolution is a critical skill in maintaining a harmonious workplace. Conflicts can escalate if not addressed promptly, so open dialogue is key to resolving issues before they become more significant problems. Encouraging engagement is vital for team productivity. While managers should provide direction, it's equally important to allow team members creative freedom. This balance fosters engagement and ownership over projects, leading to more meaningful contributions. Actively seeking input from team members reinforces their value and encourages a collaborative spirit. Establishing clear communication channels is essential for successful teamwork. When everyone understands their roles and feels empowered to share their thoughts, collaboration becomes smoother. This environment not only enhances productivity but also contributes to a more positive workplace culture. In summary, effective communication is the cornerstone of successful teamwork. By prioritizing empathy, understanding context, and fostering open dialogue, teams can build strong relationships and achieve their goals. Whether in person or remotely, creating a culture that values communication will lead to increased morale, creativity, and overall satisfaction in the workplace. Weekly meetings serve as a vital tool for fostering alignment among team members. These gatherings ensure everyone is on the same wavelength, allowing for the exchange of ideas and feedback about ongoing projects. An inclusive environment where team members feel empowered to voice their opinions enhances engagement and instills a sense of ownership. When employees believe their contributions matter, they're more likely to go above and beyond in their roles. To create this atmosphere, actively solicit feedback and encourage open discussions through structured interactions. Setting up suggestion boxes and designated brainstorming sessions can also facilitate this. Transparency is another cornerstone of effective communication. An open dialogue reduces misunderstandings and miscommunications that can lead to friction within teams. While addressing employee feedback can be daunting, approaching it with honesty and an open mind is crucial for fostering a positive work environment. Motivating leaders cultivate teams that rally around shared objectives, reinforcing the idea that each member is a valuable part of a larger mission. It's essential to communicate vital company goals, such as revenue targets, while being cautious not to divulge irrelevant personal details that don't contribute to the professional context. Regular one-on-one meetings are instrumental in nurturing relationships among team members. These interactions enable individuals to share their thoughts, integrate their experiences, and enhance the overall group dynamic. Additionally, one-on-ones provide an opportunity to address specific concerns and gauge team members' well-being. Building strong relationships within your team is critical for effective collaboration and creative brainstorming. If a colleague is facing challenges, be it emotional struggles or personal issues, it's important to approach them privately and discuss their needs with empathy and understanding. Consistent feedback is essential for maintaining motivation and engagement. Incorporating feedback into meetings helps team members learn from one another's experiences and fosters a culture of continuous improvement. One-on-one sessions are particularly effective for discussing performance and setting goals. To gather honest insights, consider distributing anonymous surveys that allow team members to share their opinions about your leadership style and the team dynamics. Understanding the diverse communication styles of team members is crucial for seamless interactions. Each individual brings a unique personality to the table, and recognizing these differences can significantly improve team cohesion. By adapting your communication approach to suit the various styles present, you can more effectively motivate and engage your team. For instance, dominant team members are often competitive, motivated, and confident, but their assertiveness can sometimes disrupt team dynamics. To engage these individuals, present them with challenging questions that relate to the broader mission of the company, reminding them of the importance of collaboration, especially during conflicts. Influencers, on the other hand, are charismatic and skilled at managing complex interactions. They thrive in engaging environments but can easily lose focus on the task at hand. To keep them aligned with project goals, assign tasks that play to their strengths while allowing them to express themselves creatively. This balance can help maintain their enthusiasm without letting distractions derail progress. Conscientious team members value structure and produce high-quality work. They are usually good at identifying communication breakdowns, so it's beneficial to empower them to focus on their strengths rather than overwhelm them with excessive responsibilities. Clear guidelines for communication can help create a more transparent atmosphere for everyone involved. Stable team members often prefer consistency in their work environment. They may not thrive in a rapidly changing atmosphere and could benefit from a more traditional setup that allows them to settle into their roles comfortably. Providing a stable environment helps these individuals feel secure, which can enhance overall team performance. As changes arise in the workplace, it's vital to support team members in adapting while keeping their skills relevant. Effective communication is essential for the success of any team. It influences dynamics and directly affects the well-being of individuals and the organization as a whole. Companies should prioritize creating opportunities for employees to connect, encouraging healthy dialogue and addressing issues promptly. Gathering feedback from colleagues and fostering a shared understanding among team members is crucial for establishing a cohesive work culture. Clear communication standards and strategies must be put in place to facilitate a thriving team environment. This approach enables everyone to work toward a common goal, enhancing collaboration and productivity. In the realm of public relations and marketing, storytelling emerges as a powerful communication tool. Engaging your audience requires conveying information in an emotionally resonant manner. To captivate your listeners, it's essential to create connections that evoke emotional responses. Humans have always been drawn to stories. They serve as a means of expressing thoughts, reflecting feelings, and fostering connections. Consider how often you encounter stories in your daily life, whether through television, social media, or advertising. Ads frequently leverage storytelling techniques to capture attention and leave a lasting impression. The reason storytelling has persisted through the ages is its ability to convey values and persuade audiences effectively. In public relations and marketing, storytelling can build trust and persuade stakeholders by presenting relatable narratives. When perspectives are shared through stories, they become more accessible and are often accepted more readily by the audience. Storytelling enables brands to humanize their messages, making them more relatable and impactful. As you work to enhance communication within your team and organization, remember the power of storytelling. Integrating narratives into your approach can deepen connections, inspire action, and foster a more engaged and motivated team. In summary, the elements of effective communication, weekly meetings, transparency, one-on-one interactions, and understanding communication styles are crucial for fostering a productive work environment. Combining these practices with the power of storytelling can enhance engagement, build trust, and create a cohesive team dynamic that drives success. In today's world, storytelling has emerged as a powerful tool for companies seeking to connect with their audiences on a deeper level. Through the art of narrative, businesses can influence behavior and inspire meaningful change. But what makes storytelling so essential in communication? At its core, storytelling serves as a versatile vehicle for conveying a company's message. When a brand shares a story, it not only presents information but also fosters emotional connections that resonate with the audience. These connections help consumers remember products better and develop trust in the brand. By weaving culture and personality into narratives, companies can express their unique identity, making their communications more impactful. Organizations with clear values and goals can cultivate a robust culture and a strong identity, ultimately creating a cohesive vision that aligns management and customers. The art of storytelling hinges on more than just facts. It encompasses emotions and shared experiences. Think of the last time you engaged with a story. How did it make you feel? Stories have the power to draw us in and evoke powerful feelings. They often feature challenges and heroes, individuals who persevere despite setbacks. When audiences witness a resolution, it can be thrilling and satisfying, making them feel a part of the journey. To capture attention, your storytelling must tap into emotions and vividly illustrate the people, challenges, and benefits involved. Simplicity is another key element of effective storytelling. Your narrative should be straightforward and relatable, allowing audiences to immerse themselves in the characters' experiences. By sharing how challenges have influenced your way of thinking or shaped outcomes, you create opportunities for readers to connect personally with the story. Using relatable examples fosters identification, making your message resonate more strongly. In the context of business communication, storytelling is invaluable. It builds trust because it prioritizes the audience's experience and needs. A well-crafted story does not possess an innate magical quality. Rather, it is the storyteller's responsibility to keep the audience focused on the core message. This requires mastering the art of using words, visuals, vocal tones, and diverse media to engage listeners effectively. Understanding your target audience is crucial in this process. Knowing what your audience desires helps shape your storytelling approach. For instance, if you're promoting a car brand like Toyota, the vehicle you choose to highlight may vary based on the demographic you're targeting. By answering their questions and addressing their needs, you increase the chances of crafting a compelling story that resonates and elicits a strong reaction. Authenticity is paramount. Staying true to your brand and its vision is essential. Deviation can confuse and alienate your audience. Consistency in messaging reinforces trust and loyalty. Characters play a significant role in storytelling, especially in brand advertising, as they establish connections and evoke feelings that mere text cannot achieve. Learning from successful examples can also enhance your storytelling approach, but be careful not to replicate someone else's narrative verbatim. Instead, extract lessons and insights from others' successes, integrating them into your unique story. The rapidly changing market demands that brands stay current with trends while maintaining their voice and message. Additionally, the platform you choose for storytelling can significantly influence audience engagement. In the digital age, a multitude of tools are available for storytelling. Companies must be well-versed in these platforms to share their narratives effectively, as different mediums require different approaches. Ultimately, communication forms the foundation of strong work relationships. To communicate effectively, one must embrace vulnerability and acknowledge personal responsibility. Developing these communication skills benefits both personal and professional growth. It begins with self-reflection on your goals, followed by thorough preparation and the exchange of information. Being proficient in various communication forms, verbal, written, and visual, is vital in the workplace. Asking insightful questions not only enhances your understanding of others' perspectives but also contributes to a more productive work environment. Engaging with your communication skills can yield positive outcomes for your short and long-term objectives. Active listening is another essential component of effective communication. This practice allows you to grasp what others are saying, enabling you to respond with clarity. Keeping your message direct and concise is critical. Avoid filler words to maintain your audience's attention. A concise approach helps ensure that your message is understood and appreciated. Nonverbal communication also plays a significant role. Body language conveys confidence and approachability. Keeping your posture open, maintaining eye contact, and speaking with warmth fosters a welcoming atmosphere. Be mindful of your tone. A calm demeanor encourages openness, while an abrupt tone may create discomfort. Confidence in communication can be achieved through positive thinking, maintaining eye contact, and expressing yourself clearly. Avoid framing statements as questions, which can undermine your authority and confuse your audience. Instead, present your ideas assertively, inviting engagement and dialogue. In conclusion, storytelling is not merely a marketing tool. It is a vital aspect of effective communication that can transform relationships, enhance trust, and motivate change. By embracing storytelling, companies can create deeper connections with their audiences, inspiring loyalty and engagement. Through simple, emotional narratives that resonate with individuals, brands can articulate their messages more powerfully than ever before. As we navigate an increasingly complex communication landscape, the ability to tell compelling stories will distinguish successful organizations from the rest. When it comes to communication, especially in challenging situations, the tone and approach we take can significantly impact the outcome. Disagreements are inevitable in any relationship, whether personal or professional. However, handling them with care can lead to constructive dialogue rather than conflict. Understanding that everyone brings their own perspective to the table is crucial. Instead of jumping to conclusions or making hasty assumptions, it's important to foster a respectful environment. This means acknowledging that each party has valid reasons for their views, even if they differ from your own. Respect is a cornerstone of effective communication. It manifests in various forms: attentively listening to what others are saying, making eye contact, and using their names during conversations. These small gestures can make a world of difference, making individuals feel valued and appreciated. When people sense that their opinions are respected, they're more likely to reciprocate that respect. This reciprocal dynamic is essential for building strong, collaborative relationships. Let's dive deeper into what it means to communicate professionally. It's not just about expressing your thoughts clearly. It's about doing so in a manner that encourages dialogue rather than shutting it down. A professional communicator knows how to navigate disagreements gracefully. They avoid aggressive or demeaning language, focusing instead on the issue at hand rather than attacking the person. One effective strategy for maintaining respect during disagreements is to actively listen. This means fully concentrating on what the other person is saying, rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. When you listen actively, you can better understand the other person's viewpoint and respond more thoughtfully. This practice not only enhances mutual respect but also paves the way for finding common ground. In situations where emotions run high, it can be easy to fall into the trap of reacting defensively. Taking a moment to pause before responding can help you collect your thoughts and approach the conversation with a level head. Acknowledging the other person's feelings can also help diffuse tension. Phrases like "I understand that this is important to you" can validate their emotions while steering the conversation toward resolution. Another key aspect of professional communication is clarity. Be clear about your intentions and the points you wish to convey. This clarity helps avoid misunderstandings, which can often exacerbate disagreements. Instead of using jargon or overly complex language, aim for simplicity. The clearer your message, the easier it will be for others to engage with it constructively. As you communicate, it's essential to remain open to feedback. This openness demonstrates humility and a willingness to grow. It also encourages others to share their perspectives without fear of retribution. Acknowledging that you don't have all the answers can create a more inclusive atmosphere where everyone feels empowered to contribute. In group settings, fostering an inclusive dialogue is vital. Encourage quieter team members to share their thoughts and make it clear that every opinion is valuable. Sometimes, the most innovative ideas come from those who might initially seem hesitant to speak up. By creating a culture of respect and openness, you invite a wider range of perspectives, enriching the conversation and leading to better outcomes. Remember, the goal of any communication, especially during disagreements, should be to reach a mutual understanding rather than to win the argument. Keeping this mindset can help you stay focused on the bigger picture, allowing you to navigate conflicts with grace. A collaborative approach fosters problem-solving and innovation, ultimately benefiting everyone involved. As you apply these principles, it's essential to practice consistently. Like any skill, effective communication improves with repetition and experience. Reflect on your interactions and consider what went well and what could be improved. Feedback, whether from peers or self-reflection, can be a valuable tool in honing your communication abilities. To recap, being a professional communicator requires a blend of respect, active listening, clarity, and openness to feedback. These components work together to create a healthy communication environment. The effort you put into developing these skills will not only enhance your professional relationships but also enrich your personal interactions. In conclusion, as you embark on your journey to becoming a more effective communicator, remember that every conversation is an opportunity to learn and grow. Embrace the process, and don't shy away from practice. After all, mastering the art of communication is a continuous journey, and with each interaction, you are one step closer to excellence. Copyright 2024 by AudioBooksTube. Thank you for listening. Please consider to subscribe, like, and share to help the channel grow new videos on a daily basis.